Netas use Sunak to decry the Indian system. Ignorant ammo just for political points. Big Desi war over Videshi Prime Minister. Our big focus on 5 Live.
And honestly, viewer, I can only feel sorry, and I'm sure you feel sorry as well, for those who feel the need to point fingers at the Indian political system just to score political points. And the ammunition they're using is Mr. Brown, Rishi Sunak, becoming the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Not through a popular vote, but because of the total decimation of that prime ministerial race within the Conservative Party. But that's politics for you here in India, especially in election season. The desperate are getting more desperate. I'm Shiv. This is 5 Live. These are the headlines. Rishi Sunak takes charge as the new UK Prime Minister. The third UK Prime Minister in the last 45 days. He sparks a political war here in India, his country of origin, after opposition leaders ask if something similar can ever happen in India. BJP hits back, cites the examples of Manmohan Singh and Abdul Kalam. Communal clashes in Vadodara, Gujarat on the occasion of Diwali yesterday. 2 groups clash with instances of stone pelting reported. The police who tried to calm the situation were attacked with petrol bombs by an unruly crowd. 5 people have been arrested in connection with a blast which took place near a temple in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu on October the 23rd. The police are probing a terror angle. BJP accuses Chief Minister Stalin of downplaying the suicide terror angle. Out on parole, rape and murder convict Gurmeet Ram Rahim's fresh provocation. The self-styled murderer, rapist, godman held online satsangs and released new music videos after coming out on parole. That is the level of his shamelessness. World witnesses last solar eclipse of the year, expected to last till about 6 this evening. Doors of Kedarnath and Badrinath temple closed due to celestial phenomena. A battered and floundering United Kingdom has just welcomed its newest Prime Minister, the third Prime Minister in just the last 45 days. Rishi Sunak has now officially taken over as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. These are the latest pictures of Rishi Sunak meeting with King Charles just a few days after Liz Truss had met with the Queen, who was alive at that time. That's how fast politics has moved in the United Kingdom. It's the beginning of a new era. Also the first Prime Minister under the reign of King Charles III. Sunak will now officially form the new government in London after the traditional norm of a meet and greet that has just taken place at the Buckingham Palace. Rishi Sunak, once a hedge fund manager before plunging into politics, is a man of many firsts, and I'm sure you've heard all of those on social media and on your WhatsApp groups in the last 24 hours. From being the first Prime Minister of South Asian descent in the UK, the youngest to become the British Prime Minister, to also being the wealthiest to hold the post. His rise has been nothing short of meteoric. The UK Prime Minister faces the task of steering the economically bruised, battered and floundering United Kingdom that's currently staring at stalled economic growth propelled by a cost of living crisis that is some of the worst situations in living memory.
I am humbled and honoured to have the support of my parliamentary colleagues and to be elected as leader of the Conservative and Unionist Party. It is the greatest privilege of my life to be able to serve the party I love and give back to the country I owe so much to. I pledge that I will serve you with integrity and humility, and I will work day in, day out to deliver for the British people. I will place economic stability and confidence at the heart of this government's agenda. This will mean difficult decisions to come. The government I lead will not leave the next generation, your children and grandchildren, with a debt to settle that we were too weak to pay ourselves. I want to pay tribute to my predecessor, Liz Truss. She was not wrong to want to improve growth in this country, but some mistakes were made. Not born of ill will or bad intentions, but mistakes nonetheless. And I have been elected as leader of my party and your Prime Minister, in part, to fix them. And that work begins immediately. I will unite our country, not with words, but with action. This government will have integrity, professionalism, and accountability at every level. Trust is earned, and I will earn yours. And I understand too that I have work to do to restore trust after all that has happened. I know the high office I have accepted, and I hope to live up to its demands. So I stand here before you, ready to lead our country into the future, to put your needs above politics, to reach out and build a government that represents the very best traditions of my party. Together, we can achieve incredible things. I will always be grateful to Boris Johnson for his incredible achievements as Prime Minister, and I treasure his warmth and generosity of spirit. The mandate my party earned in 2019 is not the sole property of any one individual, and the heart of that mandate is our manifesto. I will deliver on its promise.
And look at this defining set of images of the day. On the left-hand side, it's the 6th of September, just a few days ago, last month, when Liz Truss, as the new Prime Minister of Britain, was meeting with Queen Elizabeth II. Cut forward just a few days to 25th of October, and you've got a new Prime Minister and a new British monarch. That's how things have rolled forward. The show has moved on. New Prime Minister and new Royal Monarch of the United Kingdom. That's where things stand right now, with King Charles as the monarch and Rishi Sunak as the Prime Minister. Meanwhile, while all of this has been simmering over Rishi Sunak, a very desi war of words over this Videshi Prime Minister has been exploding, courtesy all the usual washed-up, desperate netas who can think of nothing better than to choose any local or international event to somehow decry either the Indian government or the Indian system. While the world has hailed Rishi Sunak's meteoric rise to becoming the newest British Prime Minister, many political parties, including, of course, the Congress Party and, of course, the PDP, have used this opportunity to take a swipe at the ruling BJP. This has spurred a big mega political showdown. Take a look at this. It's hilarious.
The first non-white Indian origin person and Hindu in 10 Downing Street.
I will unite our country, not with words, but with action. This government will have integrity, professionalism, and accountability at every level. Trust is earned, and I will earn yours.
But with Rishi Sunak's meteoric rise comes a bitter desi war of words in the country which was once home to his grandparents. PDP chief Mehbooba Mufti was among the opposition leaders targeting India's secular credentials, asking, can a minority take the top job in India like Sunak did in the UK? The BJP hit out, claiming Mehbooba Mufti must walk the talk by backing a minority Hindu as Jammu and Kashmir's chief minister.
APJ कलाम एक बहुत ही सुयोग्य लोकप्रिय राष्ट्रपति बने हैं। उनको किसने बनाया था राष्ट्रपति? अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी ने। एक बहुत ही योग्य दलित नेता रामनाथ कोविंद जी भारत के राष्ट्रपति बने। किसने बनाया था? नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने। क्या वो जम्मू कश्मीर में एक माइनॉरिटी यानी गैर मुस्लिम नेता को मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में स्वीकार करेंगे?
भारत सबसे बड़ा लोकतंत्र है और इस लोकतंत्र में आज तक भारतीय जनता पार्टी एक ऐसी पार्टी है जो अब्दुल कलाम जैसे माइनॉरिटी से लेकर के उसको राष्ट्रपति बनाती है। ये हमारे देश की खूबसूरती है। लेकिन आपकी जो मानसिकता है उसको बदलो, यहाँ भी सब बदलेगा।
The opposition led by Congress quickly joined in but appeared split down the middle. While Congress MP Shashi Tharoor and P. Chidambaram questioned if India can place a minority at the highest office like Britain, Jairam Ramesh said no one can preach diversity to India.
हजारों साल से अगर हमारे दुनिया में एक मिसाल था अनेकताओं का जश्न मनाने का, अनेकताओं को सम्मान देने का, वो हिंदुस्तान था। मैं नहीं समझता हूं कि हमें किसी और देश से सबक सीखने की जरूरत है। हमारा समाज ही अनेकता में एकता है।
But the opposition was fact-checked by the BJP, which was quick to highlight how India has had minorities in top posts, pointing to Manmohan Singh, a Sikh, and APJ Abdul Kalam, a Muslim.
Congress party is back to doing what it does best, that is undermine India's image and play the fake Islamophobia narrative wherever possible. Even the topmost constitutional position of the President of India was held by APJ Abdul Kalam, Fakhruddin Ahmad, Gyani Zail Singh and others, all belonging to the minority community. Because what should matter is not whether you are from a particular ethnic group or minority group, but whether you have the merit to hold these positions or not.
Are our netas using Rishi Sunak to decry the Indian system? Bureau Report, India Today.
And Asaduddin Owaisi can always be depended on to come into this entire international debate that has been sparked by Rishi Sunak's anointment as the new Prime Minister and communalize the whole issue in the most hypocritical way that he's best known for. Asaduddin Owaisi, Hyderabad MP, says he wants a hijab-wearing girl, inshallah, wants a hijab-wearing girl as the Indian Prime Minister in his lifetime. He makes it a point to specify hijab-wearing girl, once again affirming that men will decide what women should wear. He could have easily just said he hopes to see a Muslim girl as Prime Minister, in his lifetime. But he makes it a point to say hijab-wearing girl at a time when the wearing of hijab has led to violence, the killing of people in another country, while it has become an issue of violent debate in different parts of the country. This politician makes it a point to say that he wants a hijab-wearing Prime Minister of India. That is what patriarchy is.
मैं तो बोला कि इंशाल्लाह मेरी जिंदगी में या मेरी जिंदगी के बाद एक हिजाब पहनने वाली बच्ची भारत की प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनेंगे बोले। मैं तो बोला हूँ ये बात। मैं तो बोला कि इंशाल्लाह मेरी जिंदगी में या मेरी जिंदगी के बाद एक हिजाब पहनने वाली बच्ची भारत की प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनेंगे बोले। मैं तो बोला हूँ ये बात।
Well, Asaduddin Owaisi, who often accuses other parties, including the BJP, legitimately or illegitimately, of communalizing issues, looking for political dividends in communally polarizing issues. He's right many of the times, but here he is doing the very same, decrying a system that has elevated many minorities to top positions, including a Sikh Prime Minister, a Muslim President. Currently, we have a tribal president as well. And here's a man who claims to represent the interests of Muslims, a popularly elected representative from Hyderabad, wishing that a hijab-wearing woman becomes the Prime Minister of India. That is how specific Asaduddin Owaisi's shameless patriarchy is that he makes it a point to specify that he wants a person wearing a hijab to be the next Prime Minister of India, and he says, inshallah, it will happen in my lifetime. It's not about a woman, it's not about merit, it's not about even being a Muslim, it's about wearing the hijab for Asaduddin Owaisi. While people are getting killed, here's Asaduddin Owaisi invoking hijab as his dream for the future Prime Minister.
मैं तो बोला कि इंशाल्लाह मेरी जिंदगी में या मेरी जिंदगी के बाद एक हिजाब पहनने वाली बच्ची भारत की प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनेंगे बोल के मैं तो बोला हूँ ये बात मैं तो बोला कि इंशाल्लाह मेरी जिंदगी में या मेरी जिंदगी के बाद एक हिजाब पहनने वाली बच्ची भारत की प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनेंगे बोल के
Well, people like Owaisi can be, dreaming about a hijab-wearing prime minister and all that. We leave them to their, those dreams. But the fact is, Rishi Sunak has scripted history by becoming Britain's first Indian origin prime minister. He's very British. He's not Indian. He's of Indian origin. He wasn't born in India. He hails from Africa. His parents moved there, born, brought up, everything in Britain. So let's make no mistake about that. Rishi Sunak's grandparents came from Pakistani Punjab. At that time, it was just Punjab. While his father-in-law is the very well-known Indian billionaire Narayan Murthy, founder of Infosys and one of India's best-known wealthy businessmen. But not just that. It is also Rishi Sunak's Hindu identity, his faith, his religion that has become a talking point. His Hindu connect has transcended with a large Indian population in the United Kingdom, and it has connected with them, and that's one of the reasons why you'll see it mentioned very often. First Indian origin, first South Asian, first non-white, and first Hindu Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
Rishi Sunak is therefore elected as leader of the Conservative Party.
A practicing Hindu, Rishi Sunak was named as UK's Prime Minister on Diwali. 2 years ago, when he was Chancellor, Sunak lit candles to mark the Festival of Lights on the doorstep of 11 Downing Street. Although he rarely speaks about his faith publicly, Rishi Sunak wears his Hinduism on his sleeve. After the 2017 general election, he swore his oath to Parliament upon the sacred Hindu text, the Bhagavad Gita. Sunak has said that the Gita comes to his rescue during tough situations and reminds him of his responsibilities.
But at times of the most difficulty, what Akshata has done for me is to give me the teachings of the Gita. And she has done it. She has done it on the phone, she has done it by message, but it is the Gita that has given me strength over the past few weeks to keep going and to keep fighting for the things that I believe in.
Sunak also found time for darshan at a temple during the course of the long campaign and had members of the Indian diaspora praying for his success. As per media reports, Sunak always keeps an idol of Sri Ganesh on his table. He earlier made an appeal to give up eating beef, and he never has it himself. Sunak was also seen performing Gau Puja in London. The video, which went viral, was shot when the 42-year-old visited a cow enclosure along with his wife Akshata Murthy, the daughter of Infosys founder N.R. Narayana Murthy. Sunak was seen getting up with a brass vessel in hand and offering the holy water. The priests around the couple then told them about the next ritual. On the occasion of Janmashtami in 2022, Sunak visited the Bhakti Vedanta Manor temple with his wife Akshata in advance of the popular Hindu festival celebrating Lord Krishna's birthday. With Coca-Cola as his preferred beverage, Sunak might be the first teetotaler Prime Minister of the UK since David Lloyd George. Bureau Report, India Today.
And going straight across now for a quick check on where things are at with the new Sunak Sarkar. Lavina Tandon live with us from 10 Downing Street. Lavina, welcome. This has been a fast-moving 24 hours with the first Indian origin Prime Minister. You know, so many firsts, so many things being said about, Rishi Sunak. He's given his speech. He's met with King Charles III as well. What happens next? He said that there's going to be no rest whatsoever. He's going to hit the ground running. But what happens for the rest of the day today and the foreseeable future?
I will come to that, Shiv, but just one addition to the first. He's also the first fastest politician who was not really a politician just in 2015 to have stepped into politics and to have become the Prime Minister, beating every British person who might have wanted to do that as well. So this is the fastest that anyone could have come and become a Prime Minister at that from with another origin is just an addition. So now coming back to your question, is that now he is at this point in time at any given very quickly be telling what are the key positions of the parliament, of his cabinet, and that is very, very important. He would be looking at the 31st August mini budget. Now that's a key element. This 31st October mini budget is the reason why a lot of this process was accelerated, and whether he postpones it or he takes it, one would know. But he's inside where I stand outside the quintessential black door, and he's inside working away in the cabinet room, figuring out who is going to be in his cabinet. We'll be announcing that very quickly, looking at the 31st October budget and also looking at the PMQs. The PMQs here, that is Prime Minister Question Time, happens every Wednesday. He'll be taking them tomorrow against Keir Starmer, who has been asking for elections. It's a very key moment. The entire country, if not the world, will be looking at how he handles that. That is like a litmus test for a prime minister. So he has all of this to be doing. And in his speech, it was a speech that was saying, trust me, I'm going to get stability in the country. I'm going to handle the economic mess. I'm going to look at the NHS, the schools, and Boris Johnson, make amends with him as well, because that is where the rivalry has come. He was seen as bringing Boris' government down. So as of now, inside, he's working away at the three main things. One is the cabinet positions, which are already must be decided. Number two, the 31st October mini budget. And number three, the immediate task of addressing the PMQs tomorrow.
And there's no time to waste at all because of the size and scale of the crisis at hand. Lavina, thanks very much for that. We'll keep coming back to you. There are bound to be more, quick updates on Rishi Sunak's movements today as he gets busy as the new Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Now, as the former Chancellor of the United Kingdom, Rishi Sunak has achieved many firsts for a man of Indian origin. He's now been chosen as the newest UK Prime Minister, making him not just the youngest, as Lavina was saying, but also the first Indian origin Hindu Prime Minister. Let's take a look at his journey over the years. And also remember, it's not so much, many experts believe, about ethnicity. It's not about his origins, but about his expertise. Remember, this was a man who had been in investment banking for many years. He made the switch into politics in just 2015, and in 7 short years, he's become the Prime Minister of that country. The United Kingdom will be hoping that his expertise from the world of economics, banking, and finance will help a country that is literally on its knees.
It is the greatest privilege of my life to be able to serve the party I love and give back to the country I owe so much to.
Who is Rishi Sunak, Britain's new Prime Minister?
I am resigning.
After Liz Truss's chaotic 6 weeks in charge,
We have made mistakes.
Boris Johnson's aborted comeback mission, and Penny Mordaunt's failure to secure enough Tory backers.
Rishi Sunak is there.
42-year-old Sunak is now at the helm of a country desperately in need of some stability. Let's take a look at how he got here.
That means honesty and responsibility, not fairy tales.
Southampton-born Sunak is the UK's first Prime Minister of Indian descent. His family migrated to Britain in the 1960s, a period when many people from Britain's former colonies moved to the country to help it rebuild after the Second World War. Sunak attended the exclusive private school Winchester College. studied philosophy, politics and economics at Oxford University, and then got an MBA from Stanford University. It was there he met his wife Akshata Murthy, whose father is Indian billionaire Narayan Murthy, founder of IT services giant Infosys. Before entering politics, Sunak worked as an analyst at Goldman Sachs and was later a partner at 2 hedge funds. He's thought to be one of the richest members of Parliament, and his wealth and private school background has come into focus during TV debates. Sunak was elected to Parliament in 2015 and had a swift rise within the Conservative Party. He campaigned for leave in the EU referendum. By 2020, aged only 39, Sunak was named Finance Minister by Boris Johnson.
Delighted to be appointed, lots to get on with. Thanks very much.
Within weeks of becoming Chancellor, Sunak found himself having to steer the UK economy as the COVID-19 pandemic began.
I said I would do whatever it takes.
He pledged to do whatever it takes to help people through the pandemic and developed a popular furlough scheme to support millions of people through multiple lockdowns. He was also behind the Eat Out to Help Out initiative to boost the struggling hospitality sector in summer 2020. That included waiting tables at a central London eatery.
There we go.
In April 2022, Sunak had to deal with the fallout of being fined by police for breaking lockdown rules in Downing Street in June 2020. In that same month, he and his family's finances came under intense scrutiny. It was revealed that his wife, who is an Indian citizen, had not been paying her British tax on her foreign income through her non-domiciled status. The status is available to foreign nationals who do not see Britain as their permanent home.
She's always followed all the rules, paid all the tax in the UK that is due and paid tax internationally on her international investments. But she recognises this goes beyond just following those rules.
The revelations hurt Sunak ahead of his race against Liz Truss. Sunak eventually resigned as Chancellor in July 2022, a move that contributed to the downfall of Johnson as Tory leader and Prime Minister.
Hasta la vista, baby.
During the race to replace his former boss, Sunak lost out to Truss in the last leadership contest. While some choose to label the multi-millionaire as out of touch, others believe Sunak is the person to bring some calm to the economy.
We need a return to traditional Conservative economic values.
After all, he was proven right in his warnings that Truss's fiscal plan threatened financial stability. Sunak has pledged to bring integrity, professionalism and accountability to government. But he has a mountain to climb to try to restore or renew the reputation of the Conservative Party, following one of the most turbulent periods in British political history.
Well, as the former Chancellor of the United Kingdom, Rishi Sunak has achieved many firsts for a man of Indian origin. Let's take a look at his journey over the years and also give you a perspective. I think that's the wrong story. I'll take you to the next story right now. Rishi Sunak and his wife Akshata Murthy have a combined wealth, and this has become another big talking point, of over £700 million, making them not just the wealthiest number 10 Downing Street occupant so far, but also far richer than the British monarchy. Akshata, the daughter of Infosys founder N.R. Narayan Murthy, is shied away from the spotlight, but her net income, coupled with her love for luxury and high-end fashion, has raised many eyebrows in a struggling British economy.
The new First Lady of the United Kingdom is also known as Bengaluru's Namma Hudugi or Our Girl. Akshata Murthy is the daughter of billionaire tech icon Narayan Murthy, the founder of software giant Infosys. But with the billionaire heiress all set to move to 10 Downing Street, all eyes are now on the wealth and opulence that follows the First Lady who rose from Bengaluru's first family. Akshata was raised in humble beginnings, her father founding Infosys just a year after her birth in Karnataka's Hubballi, leading Narayan Murthy to become one of India's wealthiest men. Fast forward to 2022, and Akshata Murthy owns a 1% stake in Infosys, which approximately amounts to at least £400 million. The millionaire heiress also has an impeccable taste in fashion and set up a fashion label, Akshata Designs. It wound up 3 years later. But armed with her father's entrepreneurial genes and Infosys shares, Akshata Murthy also holds stakes in multiple businesses, joint ventures with Amazon and burger chain Wendy's in India, among a few. Not just that, the First Lady of England also manages Caterman Ventures, a family business owned by her father, Narayan Murthy. But Rishi Sunak's summer campaign for Prime Minister has nearly jeopardized when word came out of Akshata's non-domicile tax status in the United Kingdom. This tax status meant that the heiress saved millions of pounds in taxes from her Infosys earnings, among many. While not illegal, the row raised questions of being ethical. Amid pressure from the media and public, Akshata was forced to ultimately give up her non-domicile tax status. She had also faced some backlash recently after serving tea to journalists in super expensive cups, amid the UK cost of living crisis. Combined with British PM Rishi Sunak, the first couple will sit pretty on a combined wealth of nearly £700 million, making them the richest to enter the doors of 10 Downing Street. Bureau Report, India Today.
But it really is Rishi Sunak's journey to the top, his meteoric rise, that has become the biggest talking point. The fact that he entered politics laterally, shifting from investment banking and a hedge fund into politics just 7 years ago. People spend an entire lifetime and don't get to be the chief executive, the prime minister or the president or whatever of any country. This man has done it 7 years after taking the plunge. Take a look.
An Oxford University and Stanford graduate, Rishi was born in UK's Southampton area to an Indian family. He is the son of pharmacist mother and a National Health Service general practitioner father. Sunak's grandparents are from Punjab. He's married to Akshata Murthy, who is the daughter of Infosys founder N.R. Narayan Murthy. Sunak and his wife Akshata Murthy grabbed a spot on the Sunday Times Rich List in May 2022. Sunak became the first prominent British politician, at the time Chancellor, to have entered UK's wealthiest people's list. Sunak met his future wife while studying for an MBA at Stanford University in California. The couple, who tied the knot in 2009, have 2 daughters, Anushka and Krishna. Sunak became the Member of Parliament in 2015 after he got elected from Richmond, Yorkshire. In February 2020, he was designated as the Chancellor of the Exchequer, the most important UK cabinet post. Sunak was widely appreciated for his economic package for employees and businesses during the COVID pandemic. He was, however, criticised for not providing enough cost of living support to households. The politician never forgets to pay tributes to his Hindu roots, which makes him popular with the people of the Indian origin. Sunak lost the first round to Liz Truss, who trumped him to become Prime Minister, only to resign 45 days into a tumultuous tenure. This time, Sunak has pledged to fight the profound economic crisis that UK is currently facing.
When it comes to arguing for the union, it's easy to think about, well, make the argument about borrowing. How will Scotland manage? What about their currency? Who's going to pay their pensions? What about trade? Now, those are all important arguments. But we have to remember, nationalism is very seductive. It's a romantic idea. And we have to fight that idea with an argument that speaks to people's hearts. And my grandparents emigrated here, not to England. They emigrated to the United Kingdom. And it wasn't geography for them. It represented a set of values. And we have to make an argument about the union that is based on those shared values, that speaks to people's hearts. And that's what I will do as Prime Minister.
And escalate heat on Putin's Russia for the Ukraine misadventure. He earlier denied any connections with Infosys, part owned by his wife, which continued to operate in Russia during the war in Ukraine. and unite his squabbling Conservative Party.
I was a person who set up furlough in a matter of weeks. Right? When everyone said to me, well, how will you do this? How will this work? We don't even know what the word means, let alone how we're going to administer a system that is going to actually make sure that we pay the wages of 10 million people. And every single newspaper, as they told me afterwards, had kept space that day to write the story that the system would never work. And it did. Because that's what I do, John. But when they come across difficult problems, I get to grips with them and I solve them. That's what I will do as Prime Minister.
The challenges are indeed enormous, but as they say, Rishi is ready. Bureau Report, India Today.
And Lizzie Lettuce struck fame, as you probably know already, viewer, for outlasting the last British Prime Minister, Liz Truss. It was the Daily Star tabloid that placed a head of lettuce next to a picture of Liz Truss and put the clock started and said, who is going to outlast who? Well, Lizzie Lettuce had the last laugh, and now that Rishi Sunak has taken over the top post, Lizzie Lettuce's farewell speech has left the internet in splits. Enjoy this. I'll see you on the other side.
Economic instability. I came into office at a time of great economic instability. But after an unbelievable campaign, I am thrilled to have been crowned victorious in these charred times. However, we must remain cautious. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Costs, many people might think I am a little green, but truly, I believe that I could be this country's little gem. I want to commend my opponent. Her heart was in it, but her head was not. We truly had never seen anything like her before, and I wish her luck with the remainder of her time in office. Now, we must move on to the leadership battle, which I am sure will be an arguer uphill battle for control. And I vow to each and every one of you that I'll be crest to impress. Thank you.
जितने भी पूरे भारत में सिक्योरिटी गार्ड लगे हुए हैं, सबको मान सम्मान मिलना चाहिए।
हम अकेले ड्यूटी करते, हम गरीब आदमी हैं सर।
आज तो सम्मान तो मेरा चला ही गया, मुझे सिर्फ रिस्पेक्ट चाहिए।
हम आपकी कहानी पूरी दुनिया को सुनाएंगे और आपके स्वाभिमान के लिए आवाज उठाएंगे। रात 9 बजे आज तक पर।
Everyone's busy finding what's trending. You're busy finding out why. India Today, for those who research before reacting. Download the India Today app now. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices.
I don't read the news. I read between the lines to tell you the true version of events, the true story of our times.
To document grief, the toughest assignment for any journalist to be
from those who matter,
women politicians going to stick up for each other,
of those who should matter. I document the truth. I don't distort the truth. I don't glamorize the truth. I don't gloss over the truth. The ghosts of India's contentious medieval history have come knocking again. I hustle for the truth, on the ground, in the newsroom, in the studio. I don't try to grab eyeballs.
I inform you to make you see the point.
To the point with Preeti Chaudhary. At these times, only on India Today.
Co-powered by RK Marble, Khoobsurat Imandari. In association with JioMart, Har Ghar Ka Mart.
We know you're all busy with Diwali shopping. But what if I told you this festive season you could shop from the metaverse? Yes, you heard it right. E-commerce platform Flipkart has launched the Flipverse, a metaverse-based shopping platform which can be accessed via the Flipkart app. Let's see how it works. First, open the Fire Drops by Flipkart website on your desktop or your laptop. Then click Enter Metaverse. Scan the QR code that's visible to you on the screen with your cell phone. This would open the Fire Drops app. Select Flipverse and then select a username and an avatar for yourself. And you've entered the metaverse. As you can see, they have kicks from Puma, wearables from Noise, beauty products from Nivea, bags from Lavi, and even two-wheelers from TVS. Other brands showcasing their products are Campus, VIP, Himalaya, Butterfly India, and Tokyo Talkies. Now let's talk about the user experience. Flipverse is only compatible with Android cell phones. So Apple users, you might have to skip this metaverse shopping experience. Also, it takes a considerable amount of time to load on our cell phones, in a way hampering the overall experience. Moreover, after exploring the Flipverse, we have concluded that it's a decent experiment so far, but it's not very immersive. And if you promise us a metaverse, we expect it to be a lot more immersive. Maybe like shopping experiences that are offered by Gucci, Coca-Cola or H&M, right in the metaverse. Flipverse was opened for everyone from 16th October and would wrap up by 23rd October. We hope that Flipkart comes with an upgraded version of the Flipverse soon.
Communal clashes broke out last night in Vadodara, Gujarat over Diwali celebrations in a particular locality. After unrest and clashes, India Today now has exclusive images of the moment which led to the mayhem last night. In the CCTV images, it can be seen that a rocket was fired at children, which led to tensions in that particular area. Stone peltings also started from the other side when parents protested that crackers were being pointed at their children. The police suspect planned riots in the Vadodara Diwali clashes that erupted over an argument between two communities over bursting crackers. The police claim that the street lights, which were turned off using petrol bombs, clearly indicates that the riots or violence was pre-planned. After violence broke out, within no time, groups started to vandalize shops. Several cars were damaged by rioters. Many vehicles were torched as well.
Major riots occurred in Vadodara after heated arguments over bursting firecrackers. We are present at the spot where this whole incident started. Let me tell you, at this Panigat area of Vadodara, there were some people, some small children over here who were bursting crackers. After which, there was a rocket which was thrown on them from the other side. And after which, the heated argument started. And let me tell you, it was so instant that after which, stone pelting started, petrol bombs were hurled on each other. And let me tell you, most importantly, as soon as this particular incident started, the entire street lights on this particular roads were completely switched off. And that is what the police officials are saying, that this whole incident was pre-planned. There's a sabotage behind this. Because let me show you the entire visuals of this particular area. There is the police station. Just 100 meters from this particular place where this incident took place, there is the Panigate police station. And behind me is the Zone 3 DCP office. So you can understand the proximity that how this whole incident has taken place. And let me tell you, when this whole incident started, there were so many of stones available. There were petrol bumps, the street lights were off, and so many of the shops and all the other vehicles are completely vandalized. Over here you can see that how this particular vehicle is also vandalized. And let me tell you, when the Zone 3 DCP was passing from this particular area, when this patrolling, he was doing this patrolling, a petrol bomb was thrown from that particular building. Now, the police officials have started the investigation. They have made a special team to investigate this whole particular case. They have detained over 20 people in this matter. But clearly, a politics has started. BJP's Amit Malviya and other leaders are saying that this was a proper pre-planned incident, a pre-planned riots to actually target the Hindus. With camera person Sajid Alam, this is Saurav Vakhtania in Vadodara for India Today.
And there's been a big breakthrough in the very disturbing Coimbatore car blast case. The police have arrested 5 persons in the cylinder blast in a car near a Coimbatore temple. The police are investigating CCTV footage to find out what the group were carrying in that car. This was a car blast that occurred outside a famous temple in Coimbatore that has raised many questions of a possible suicide blast attempt, terror-related. The police have begun a terror probe into this blast, and it has emerged that the man who was killed in the car, Jamisha Mubin, was earlier questioned by the National Investigation Agency in 2019 for possible links to terror, spurring speculation that it may have been a suicide blast attempt gone wrong. Police officials found nails and marbles at the blast site, and upon raiding the dead man, Jamisha Mubin's residence in Coimbatore, police also found chemicals that are used in the making of explosives. The BJP's state leader K. Annamalai has torn into the DMK government and specifically Chief Minister Stalin over the Coimbatore blast, saying that the ruling government is downplaying the incident by calling it a simple cylinder blast when there is a clear terror angle.
As political party, we have waited for almost 48 hours. At least to use the word called terror attack has happened in Tamil soil. That is what we want. You are calling that as a cylinder blast, and you are trying. So that moment you say a terror attack, at one end it also means people will take extra precaution when going out. It also means. That is also you have to say. If you call this as a cylinder blast, let us imagine one more module is active. That module might do an attack in the next 1 week or 10 days. Then what will the state government do? All we are doing is telling the government, people have started to know this is a terror attack, this is a suicide attack. Please don't hide anymore. Please arrest people, give us confidence.
And finally, people's frustration against the pothole menace in Karnataka was also evident during the Diwali celebrations in the city yesterday. Citizens in both Bengaluru as well as Mysuru celebrated Diwali in a unique way by lighting lamps and diyas around major potholes in the city. This protest was conducted to draw attention to the state of roads in the state that goes to the polls in just a few months from now. In Bengaluru, people fired rockets from potholes to mark their protest against the dismal condition of roads in the IT city, something that has been highlighted relentlessly here on India Today. Meanwhile, the Congress's state president D.K. Shivakumar also joined in on the pothole Diwali chorus, asking people across the state to come out onto the roads and light lamps in potholes to highlight the issue and keep the light burning.
I welcome all the resident association to come forward, identify the spot and lit a lamp there. That should be a form of protest. I appeal to all of them, all the resident associations, all the apartment associations, all these in all the streets, let all of them come forward, lit a lamp today to show that what BJP is doing in this city.
Meanwhile, a massive corruption row has erupted ahead of what is positioned to be India's fiercest and most expensive by-election to a single assembly seat. It's the Munugode bypoll in Telangana scheduled for November the 3rd. BJP candidate from the constituency, Raja Gopal Reddy, has accused ruling BRS ministers K.T. Ramarao and Harish Rao of distributing liquor and money to voters. Rajagopal Reddy tweeted out a video of liquor distribution saying that the ruling party was distributing it to youth, trying to incite them against him. The Munugode bypoll is scheduled to take place on November the 3rd and has become a defining feature of the fearsome politics of 2022. It's a do-or-die situation and a triangular fight for the TRS, the Congress, as well as the BJP, each one totally desperate to win this single by-election.
Let's get away Diwali, then we go.
And finally, Bollywood celebrities known for their extravagant Diwali parties to ring in the festive cheer. Here's a glimpse, if you missed it, of another star-studded Diwali.
Happy Diwali, happy Diwali.
Lights, crackers, and decking up for parties. All this and much more sums up what Diwali looked like for our celebrities. And this year, the festival was even more special as one also saw them stepping out in style to attend galas hosted by creme de la creme of the film industry. Not just that, while some did puja and chose to have a huge gathering, others preferred staying at home to perform Lakshmi Aarti. Amitabh Bachchan was spotted at Jalsa for Diwali Puja. He was captured entering the location in a car along with his son and actor Abhishek Bachchan. Similarly, Shah Rukh Khan was seen at his production house Red Chillies Entertainment office with his family to perform puja. And Akshay Kumar too did the same at his workplace with Twinkle Khanna and kids along with staff members. Vicky Kaushal and Katrina Kaif, who celebrated their first Diwali as a married couple, at first were all out and about attending Diwali parties. However, on the festival, they stayed at home and worshipped Goddess Lakshmi. While the pictures of the duo broke the internet, what actually stole hearts was Vicky's caption on his post, which read, "Ghar ki Lakshmi ke saath Lakshmi Puja ho gayi. Ab sabhi ko hamari taraf se Shubh Deepavali." Talking about couples, even Alia Bhatt and Ranbir Kapoor dressed up for the festival. This selfie of the two with their family also went viral. Kangana Ranaut, who was seen attending Ekta Kapoor's bash a day before Diwali, also performed puja at her residence on the occasion with her temple decorated beautifully. Meanwhile, Saif Ali Khan and Kareena Kapoor Khan hosted a Diwali party, which was attended by several celebrities including Soha Ali Khan, Kunal Khemu and Neetu Kapoor. The couple's pictures from the night with their kids, who were twinning in black with Baba Saif, also made it to social media, and this particular one left everyone in slits. Moving on, new parents Sonam Kapoor and Anand Ahuja also hosted a Diwali party at their residence. Janhvi Kapoor, Varun Dhawan, Arjun Kapoor, Malaika Arora, Aditya Roy Kapoor and Tiger Shroff were among celebrities who attended the bash. In a lovely gesture, Anand Ahuja with brother-in-law Karan Bulani also distributed sweets to the media stationed outside. In fact, Shilpa Shetty did the same on the occasion.
हर टाइम काम ही नहीं होता. Happy Diwali, Happy Diwali. Happy Diwali.
What's more, Amritpal Bindra's party was also one star-studded event. Abhishek Bachchan arrived along with wife and actor Aishwarya Rai Bachchan for the get-together. Siddharth Malhotra also joined the bash. Attending the party were also the Gen Z star kids including Sara Ali Khan, Ananya Pandey, Nisa Devgan and Shania Kapoor. Neha Dupia also attended the bash with husband and actor Angad Bedi. Entertainment Bureau, India Today.
हर टाइम काम ही नहीं होता. Happy Diwali.
And up next, even after witnessing the cleanest Diwali in 7 years, Delhi's cracker ban has failed and politics has erupted big time over Diwali in the national capital. That's with Nabila next.